and we're presenting our app, Ecolog. Ecolog to a cleaner Earth. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
All right, okay. So this is our team. I'm Elise.
I'm Vivian.
I'm Angeline.
I'm Ashlyn. And without further ado, we're going to start off with telling the story for our app. So my name is Graham. I'm a software developer at Slack. Working from home has left me with lots of free time. I decided to take on a personal project, upgrading my home PC setup. I want to build my own custom computer, but I'm not entirely sure how to dispose of my old computer. You see, I don't just want to dispose of it. I want to properly dispose of it as a way of saying goodbye to an old friend. After all, I've had it since I was a teen. I spent some time researching how to dispose of my old computer, but there's just so much conflicting information. With all this information, I was pretty overwhelmed, but then I found Ecolog. Once I downloaded Ecolog, I found out that I could recycle my old computer at Best Buy while picking up new parts. While browsing for disposal methods on Ecolog, I also found out that they have an interactive environmental tracker that helps people build responsible disposal habits. I found this really helpful, especially for teaching my kids about how they can take care of the earth.
Our initial motivation to tackle the problem of mass garbage buildup on the planet was because we saw a picture of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, which is a garbage dump basically in the middle of the ocean that is double the size of Texas. To get a better understanding of how we could address this issue in our app, we conducted an insight survey just to get a better understanding of how aware people are of climate change and their personal disposal practices. So we got 119 responses from ages 15 to 69 and over 32 occupations, from including local trash collectors and recycling centers. And the three main takeaways that we got from our survey was the lack of awareness about proper disposal practices, the lack of incentive to recycle, and 50% of the people we surveyed did not believe their disposal habits had an impact. And we seek to address these three issues in our app.
So to address these issues, we began our first draft of Ecolog. This is our prototype created on Figma using Vectornata and FreePic for the icons. So once you start up the phone and you click on the log, it has a loading screen with a fun fact. And once it's your first time using the app, the tutorial will only allow you to use the help button. This page explains the features of the app and includes a feedback form if you can't find an item or if you have any issues with the app. Going back to the home screen, we can look at the environment. And if you notice, it's pretty dirty and messy. So if we go back to the item search screen, we can look at, or we can choose an item, let's say aluminum foil, for example. Here it lists eco-friendly alternatives and the proper disposal method. Clicking on log item will allow you to log the item to contribute to your environment progress. And if we go back to look at the environment screen, you'll notice that the environment is now clean.
In order to address our top three problems, we're proposing that our product aims to deliver easier accessibility to information on proper disposal methods and eco-friendly alternatives, alongside the interactive habit tracker to promote sustainable habits and in order to increase our users' overall environmental awareness.
My bad. So aside from our key activities, we have three key resources that we believe will make our app successful. The first part would be a skilled team of programmers and designers that would upload and update reliable and accessible information to the app. The second resource would be implementation of various marketing tactics like a social media presence, as well as school and word of mouth. Lastly, we believe bringing in consistent users through incentivization and good customer service, such as through our feedback form found in our app, would be extremely helpful.
As we just mentioned, one of our key resources is consistent users, and our users are your general consumer, anyone who is buying products and eventually disposing of it, and someone who's looking to educate themselves to develop better disposal habits to lessen their ecological footprint. This can include students, families, and environmentalists And we hope to build a relationship with them through social media, email alerts, and through our built-in feedback feature.
So we plan on partnering with schools, eco-friendly brands, and companies. This will improve their business while also encouraging people to practice better disposal habits through our app. And through this, we also hope to build brand partnerships with companies such as TerraCycle, who collects and recycles uncommon household items for you. These partnerships could bring revenue as well as donations from people who strongly support our goals and vision.
And on to our app demo. Okay. Our app is Android-based and made with Android Studio, Java, SQLite database, and various graphics softwares. When you first enter the app, you can see a randomized fun fact. New York City residents throw out enough garbage each day to fill the entire Empire State Building, and learn more about how humanity's actions can impact the environment. Here we enter tutorial mode. Hello, let's get you acquainted with the app. Here I can only click on the help button. And as Vivian mentioned in our prototype, the user will learn about the features of our app and leave feedback. So we'll go to item search. So here is our item search screen. I will try to dispose of some tires, for example, that I have in my house. So with the tutorial mode, the help pop-up appears every time. So I see that I need to read the information to learn more about alternatives and disposal methods. So I can see that I need to look for green manufacturing and that I need to call a transfer station to dispose of this tire. So I'd like to log it. I disposed it. I'll be added to my environment log and we'll check out our environment. So as you can see, this trash bag was cleaned up and making progress, and my tire was recorded. Let's not log that one. Let's see. So in order to show off our different environments, let's just log a bunch of items. So as you can see, I unlocked a new item. Our environment is now clean, which would have popped up if I hadn't skipped that screen. Here is our last environment. Upon reaching last environment, it will loop over to our other environment, the park. Some other features that we have are tutorial mode. It'll go back and put you through the very intro screen where there's only the help button you can click, credits, and clear data, which clears all your environment data and save data. For future iterations, we plan on connecting our app with Firebase to make updating the items more efficient and allowing us to store user feedback. Currently, it stores over 150 items, and there's a wide variety of information. But with Firebase, we'll be able to add more.
So as for our value proposition, we believe Ecolog is unique, one of a kind, as it addresses three big concerns brought up by over 100 people we surveyed. There are simply no environmental habit trackers like it on the market, and we hope to inspire, through our app, a way to connect the general public with knowledge on the products they buy and how to dispose of them, as well as how to develop sustainable habits. The closest to thing on our app is government disposal websites, but we believe that our tracker will allow people to create habits in an efficient and interactive way.
Here's a link to our GitHub repository if you'd like to look at our code. And thank you for listening to our presentation, Let's Ecolog to a Cleaner Earth.